What if I told you Star Trek V: The Final Frontier is actually a really awesome movie?
Are you sure about that?
Well, I know you might think I'm crazy, but here's 5 reasons why Star Trek V: The Final Frontier is actually an awesome movie. Hello Trekkies and welcome back with another TREKKERPRISE video. Well, as I said, today I'm going to give you 5 reasons why Star Trek V: The Final Frontier is actually an awesome movie. I know many people didn't really like Star Trek V: The Final Frontier, and actually it is considered one of the worst Star Trek movie in the franchise. I don't really agree with that. Personally, I really love the movie, and here's my 5 reasons why I specifically think it's an amazing movie. Reason number 5, the comedy. I do remember watching the movie at the first time, and I really loved the way how they actually approached the comedic part, the comedic aspect of the movie. I know many of us can disagree with this, but having moments in this movie like Kirk and Spock hugs each other in the Klingon ship, and Spock actually says, "Captain, not in front of the Klingons," or the other time when Sulu and Chekhov got lost in the forest and they actually make up a fake blizzard, or even when Scotty said, "I know the ship inside out," and he actually bumped his head because he didn't even look where he was going. Not that mentioned the same with the marshmallows.
We're too heavy. Must be all those marshmallows.
Reason number 4, the Enterprise on her worst. Obviously, the Enterprise being the hero ship of the Star Trek franchise, and the Refit being the hero ship of the movie era, makes it a little bit interesting and comedic in a way, having the Enterprise on her worst. The Enterprise doesn't even work as much, everything just breaks down, and even though the ship has a really interesting state, it still can carry on her duties, it still can match up with the Klingon bird of prey. But obviously that all comes down to Mr. Scott and his really enthusiastic work on the Enterprise.
How many times do I have to tell you the right tool for the right job?
Reason number 3, family values. Obviously I don't really have to mention, this movie focuses around Kirk, Spock and Bones the most of the time. They've been together for a long time and they have their friendship as well. But that moment when actually Kirk realizes, okay, actually he has Bones and Spock as a brothers, and therefore their friendship really forms a family, a really interesting and intimate bond between the 3 of them. For me, it's always been a really interesting journey watching Star Trek and growing up watching Star Trek and being around these 3 people and being around with all of the cast from Star Trek from any series. It's always felt like a second family for me. And this movie in particular, that makes me feel even more stronger towards my second family.
I thought you said men like us don't have families.
Reason number 2, Magics of Megas 2. If you're familiar with the animated series, there's an episode called The Magics of Megas 2. Basically, in terms of storyline, Magics of Megas 2 and The Final Frontier is really similar. Both of this episode, the crew of the Enterprise and the Enterprise going towards the middle of the universe, and they actually found this interesting creature, the godlike creature. Obviously, at the end of the story, that so-called god turns out to be someone else, an alien entity who actually been prisoned in that planet, in that situation in the middle of the galaxy. This 2 episode really connects with each other, and if you've seen the Magics of Megas 2 from the animated series, if you haven't, I definitely recommend to watch that episode. It's really weird at the very beginning, but it really comes back to Star Trek V: The Final Frontier, and basically that aspect of having a planet and having a superior being locked into this planet, but we didn't really know is a god or not. It's interesting to have this sort of parallel between the 2 episodes. So I would say it's a really good callback to the animated series, and if you like the animated series and if you like that specific episode, you know what I'm talking about, and you definitely like this aspect of Final Frontier too.
Excuse me, I'd just like to ask a question. What does God need with a starship?
Reason number 1, we need our own pain. I know this is kind of negative point that makes this film awesome, but if you think about it more, it has a really good life lesson in its own. In the movie there was a scene when Kirk, Spock and Bones, they escaped from the brig in the Enterprise and they met with Cyborg in the observation deck. In the specific scene, Cyborg shows everyone their deepest pain that they've been carrying on in their lives. And Kirk said at one point, "I want my pain. I want my pain because this is who I am. My pain makes me who I am." This is a really powerful life lesson from Star Trek V, and this is one of the most important reason why Star Trek V is awesome, because if you think about it, your experience and your negative experience changed you, formed you in a very personal, very intimate way. And having your own pain always reminds you for the things that you don't really want to become, you don't really want to have again, and you try to be better and better and better, and you're not questioning your acts in the past. It's really interesting and it's really powerful to think about this message, and I think that's one of the best and one of the most important life lesson and reason why I think Star Trek V The Final Frontier is an awesome movie. Please let me know in the comment section below what do you think about Star Trek V in The Final Frontier. Do you agree with my top 5 list or do you disagree? Please let me know in the comment section below. That was it for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, don't forget to like and share the video, and don't forget to subscribe to receive all the geekiness every week. And until next time, live long and prosper.